Okay, so we're sitting outside and it's beautiful. It is snowy, several feet, but if you listen, you can hear the birds. They've been out. Well, they've been out for more than a month. They were out before the snow came on heavy like this. And so they are definitely telling us about the spring that's coming and about how, I don't know, even the snow is different. The snow doesn't, it blankets, but it's not like, and it's silent, but it doesn't silence things like it does in the middle or like the height of the winter when it's, like those dark months. And that different type of silence you have then that's deep, that everything really has gone dormant into sleep. This is more like everything's just bursting, waiting, ready to come out and grow. And we're having this just like pause, this just moment of peace. And so some of the techniques we use, this is like informally a technique that I'm telling you about here, is to sit with a space and feel it and learn from it. So I'm just sitting out on my front porch, and you can hear the dogs in the background, again, the birds, the kids up the street, people walking down the street. Yeah. So I sit out here a lot. And enjoy the sun or the rain or just to be here. Sometimes I don't want to go far, and I'm still working on the backyard. But there's this communal aspect to sitting out front. So I also just sit with that when I'm out here. So what we do when we come out and we want to interact more deeply with the place, just feel into it more, give ourselves a chance to have that. We come out and just like the way you do with people that you don't always realize you're doing it. And sometimes we don't do it, but some part of us generally asks permission, right, to be with and talk to and sit with people. And we know when somebody doesn't really want to be there or talk to us, and we, if we're taking those cues, then we'll respond to that and maybe not talk, move away from, not engage in conversation or cut it short. And that's the same thing with places that you go, places with nature. So when I come out here, the sense of this front yard right away is just very inviting, very much a sit and be with us. It's very much, I found a great quote by Anamika Mishra, and it says that winter is a celebration. It's not just a season, that it's a celebration. And that is definitely the case, especially right now. Like, I almost wonder if that becomes something like winter is celebration at this time of year, when it's exactly that, like spring is just budding underneath and we know it. And so we especially feel that. It's a celebration on so many levels before, I guess at different times, but anyway, right now it feels like that kind of celebration. And so I sit here and I find that permission in the space to be out here. And then I just sit and in this instance, I just want to pay attention. And that's exactly what I feel. I feel that burgeoning sense of things. And this just sort of happiness and joy. Definitely a feeling like the long, hard parts of winter that were necessary, but are also not over. And there is cause to celebrate in that. And yeah, I would say just a sense of like it's dynamic. There's a stillness that's dynamic. It's not that it remains any one thing, but the stillness itself is just so full and informative. And so then what we do, we take that back in and we make, by putting words to this, we're creating more of a conscious link to our nonverbal senses, right? So everything I'm picking up on, everything I feel here, everything I see when I look in a deer's eyes, which is not this, it's different every time, but a deer has a conversation with you every time you are with each other, and in the eyes so much is being said, in the body cues, all of that. So similarly, there's this whole conversation going on around us at any time, and we can just tap into it. And then what's great in applied eco-psychology practices is we create a conscious link, and that really helps solidify to the social construct, to the need we have as humans to quantify and collect and understand and categorize things. And it doesn't have to become a hard, fast, black and white rule. It's just a way we put things together. And so it's this very lovely part of taking all these sensations, all these pre-verbal sensations, and putting them into these words that we need to help really bring it into ourselves. And so we do that, and we're doing that here. And we do that with each other by sharing that and talking about that. And then we can take that now, in the next step is taking that and applying what's here and what we're feeling here, which is very much like we do with the body, and applying it to what's current in our lives, right? Then we have this dialogue about how does that apply to my life now? What do I need to understand from that? What's in there for me? And so in this, I mean, for me, right now, that sense, that's exactly where I'm at. It's this like joyful bubbling up underneath everything, still more of an external stillness, a quietness, but there's this brightness, this sense of things, important things have been building beneath the surface. And soon here, they're all going to really come out and show themselves in a way that, other creatures, other species understand and express in the way that spring allows for that full bloom expression. And that I am joyful in the sense of that. I look forward to that, but also that things are still growing and building. They're still in their necessary state, so I'm not ready to be in full bloom yet, but it's coming, and that knowing feels so good, while also being sort of safe and protected and blanketed by this bright, vibrant snow. So yeah, that's Sunday for you today out in the front yard. Thank you.